Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Living the Dream by Sturgill Simpson, and this is from his live performance on Conan from back in 2014. Wow, yeah, no idea. This comes as a request, so as always, if you would like to request something, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get to it. You know, the person who requested it, I don't recall them actually specifically requesting the live version, but man, ever since I saw You Can Have the Crown live at the Sun King Brewery, I was like, yeah, I gotta see this guy live some more. You know, Sturgill has kind of taken the lead as far as like my favorite country artists go, and that's saying something because, you know, I've heard Tyler Childers, I've heard a little bit of Jason Isbell, and those guys are fantastic. But man, for me, Sturgill is just the most fun time I've had with country music, and so he's kind of leading the pack, and I love his live performances. I think the last one I listened to, I don't recall the name of it off the top of my head, but it was live at SNL, and again, just the energy he brought was fantastic. So really looking forward to this one. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked. You know, you're never sure when it's one of these live performances like on network TV or whatever, but you know, fingers crossed. So anyway, I'll stop talking. Let's listen to it. This is Living the Dream, Sturgill Simpson. All right, here we go.
Please welcome Sturgill Simpson.
Time and time again, Lord, I've been going through the motions. It's a means to an end. Ends don't seem to me. Walking around, just living the dream anytime I take a notion. Till the truth comes bubbling up so bittersweet. With no point getting out of bed when you ain't living the dream. Like making a big old pot of coffee when you ain't got no cream. I don't need to change my strings, cause the dirt don't hurt the way I sing. All I don't have to do, goddamn thing, sit around and wait to die. Well, I've been waiting on an angel waitress. Come and take my order. Tell me all about the special today. Staring at a puddle of mud in my spoon and couldn't be much border. Hoping them circles on the paper don't call back, telling me to start today. Holding that old man upstairs on, wears a crooked smile, staring down on the chaos he's created. He said, son, if you ain't having fun, then just wait a little while. Your mama's gonna wash it all away. She thinks mercy's overrated. A big old pot of coffee, you ain't got no cream. Well, I don't need to change my string, cause the dirt don't hurt the way I sing. Well, I don't have to do goddamn thing, sit around and wait to die. Oh, I don't have to do goddamn thing, sit around and wait to die.
killed that. That was great. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Sturgill Simpson.
Nice. Hey, Conan's a fan now too, I bet. So I don't want to look at Conan's weird face. I'm gonna just rewind a couple seconds. All right, we'll end it there. Man, that was a little more like subdued than I think I'm used to him. I'm used to just a high energy, fast pace, but it still really worked for me. I really enjoyed what I heard, and Conan was right. Dude killed it. He just has that great voice for country. His guitarist did a hell of a job as well. Drums sounded nice. Everything just sounded great here. Very polished, for the live audience, but still, it sounded great. It was fantastic. And I always love the authenticity that he sings with. It's just so enjoyable. So anyway, let's talk about each part like we always do. Start with the lyrics. So here's a little bit of information here from a contributor on Genius. It says, so this song contains at least 3 readings simultaneously. The readings are contradictory and compatible at the same time, like the very best of Robert Frost's poetry. Sturgill always holds an ironic stance to whatever he's singing about. Yeah, that's very apparent. The title, Living the Dream, is a metaphor. On one level, it means what we all take it to mean each day, living out our fullest potential, our fondest wishes coming true. Living the dream is different for all of us. It is whatever we'd rather be doing than what we are doing now. And just facing that interpretation immediately draws us into the irony that no one is actually living the dream. Everyone finds reality to be dreary and secretly wishes for some other life. Our narrator will not be satisfied no matter what happens, and neither will we. It's kind of funny. When I used to work at a job that I hated, a customer always asked, like, oh, how you doing today? I'm like, living the dream, which was goddamn not the truth. It was definitely used in this more ironic sense. We're like, yeah, I'm doing great, but actually I really want to die right now. So, yeah. Then for the narrator, who is Sturgill's double, but not necessarily him, living the dream refers specifically to frame. Yeah, I don't know if this person is looking. Wow, they wrote a whole thing. I'm not gonna read this whole thing. Goddamn, they wrote like an essay on this song. Which don't get me wrong. I mean, the music's great, but I ain't gonna read all that. Yeah, song sounded great. I'm gonna read it and interpret it for myself. That's typically what I do. So here we go. Time and time again, Lord, I keep going through the motions, a means to an end, but the ends don't seem to me. Oh, I love that line. Walking around living the dream anytime I take the notion, till the truth comes bubbling up so bittersweet. I'm going to read that again because this is a lot going on here. Time and time again, Lord, I keep going through the motions. Okay, so someone just going through the motions, not really excited about life, right? A means to an end, but the ends don't seem to meet. So I think it's kind of actually fits my analogy of just doing that shit job that you hate. So a means to an end, but the ends don't seem to meet. This job is just a means to an end, but the end never seems to come together. Walking around living the dream anytime I take the notion, till the truth comes bubbling up so bittersweet. Ain't no point getting out of bed if you ain't living the dream. I mean, again, that seems like very solid advice. That's right. If you ain't got something you're pushing for, you're striving for, then what's the point? It's like making a big old pot of coffee when you ain't got no cream. Yeah, I mean, I don't like coffee in general, but yeah, I agree. I don't need to change my strings because the dirt don't hurt the way I sing. I don't have to do a goddamn thing except sit around and wait to die. So yeah, it definitely seems like it's a twofold thing here. Like in the first part, I'm like, I agree with you. Yeah, what's the point of living if you ain't gonna be chasing the dream? But at the same time, he's just kind of like, at the end of the day, though, I don't have to do anything but sit around and wait to die. I mean, so it's sort of like I guess the point of living is chasing the dream, but I mean, at the same time, you're not obligated to do that, So it is very, I don't know, like it's very twofold here, where I'm not entirely sure what he means, and he could definitely very well mean two different things. Been waiting on an angel waitress to come and take my order. Tell me all about the special today. Staring at a puddle of mud in my spoon couldn't be much border. Hoping them circles on the paper don't call back telling me to start today. I love that. So he's looking at the newspaper for jobs, circling some. And he just wants to be lazy. He doesn't want anybody to say, hey, I need you to get to work today. That old man upstairs, he wears a crooked smile, staring down at the chaos he created. Said, son, if you ain't having fun, just wait a little while. Mama's going to wash it all away. and she thinks Mercy's overrated. That's a very interesting line. I love that, though. Man, he just has such a fun way of writing it, where even if I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, I'm having fun just listening to it. No, I'm having fun just reading it back, as a matter of fact. I think there's something to be said about that, you know, there doesn't always have to be this deeper meaning to lyrics. Sometimes they can just be fun and interesting, and that's kind of what I'm feeling here. For me, I feel like if there is a big message, it's kind of what I was saying earlier. It's like the whole point of living is to chase the dream, but for some people, I guess the dream is just to be around, to be lazy, sit around, wait to die, you know. And at the end of the day, I think he's kind of saying like that's fine, I guess. I mean, if that's what works for you. Yeah, I'm not really too sure, but you know, I thought it was interesting. I had fun listening to it, and again, at the end of the day, sometimes that's all you can ask for. So 2 big thumbs up there. Really enjoyed the lyrics. As far as the instrumentation goes, I really enjoyed the guitar. His guitarist did a great job here of just setting that little country tone, throwing in some nice guitar licks. He sounded great. I could actually hear his acoustic guitar, this one. I mentioned the SNL performance with the horns and everything going on. I couldn't really pick out his specific guitar parts, but I could hear it here, and it sounded good. Bass, drums, it all sounded great. I was noticing here on Genius, next to the lyrics, it does mention like someone playing the organ. There was also someone, so there's also an organ. I didn't really hear it in the Conan performance, and so I'm assuming there wasn't one. But I'd be interested to hear the studio version now and see how that comes through. But I think instrumentally it was solid. Again, it wasn't as fast paced or high energy as I typically like from Sturgill Simpson, or as I've come to expect from him, but it still sounded great. I mean, I had a great time listening to it. His voice sounds great as always. He's just got a great voice for country. And he just sings with this sort of passion, sort of authenticity, where it's like, I don't care what you're talking about, I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds great, and I just love the way you sing it. So for me, I just have to give it 2 thumbs up. It's just, for me, again, he's the front runner for the country music that I like. And so with that said, as far as replay value goes, you know, I put every Sturgill Simpson song I've heard so far on my playlist. I just love his style of music. I love his authenticity. I love his energy. Just so much to be said about him as an artist. 2 big thumbs up there as well. So overall, really enjoyed this one. Thank you for whoever requested this one. I have plenty more Sturgill Simpson in the works for you guys. I get so many requests for him, and I see why. Again, he's my favorite as far as the country acts that I've heard so far. So that's it for me. If you enjoy the music, go support the artist. Go listen to the music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Sturgill Simpson is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. Makes for a pretty great day of listening, if you ask me. If you want to support me, all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, guys, just like and subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.